Penny Young Nance is president of Concerned Women for America. She joins us. Penny, these are all liberal icons who are falling here, not just Charlie Rose, Kevin Spacey. That's like the coolest TV drama for liberals and progressives. Then you have Harvey Weinstein, the maker of all the upscale Oscar bait chick flicks. Is there a pattern one can discern here about supposedly the side of women and what they're actually like in private?
Well, look, I feel a little bit like we flipped on the light and we're watching the cockroaches scatter. And as miserable as this is and as uncomfortable, it's important to happen. We have to expose this in order to get rid of the moral decay. And honestly, Mark, this isn't just a Democrat issue. It's a Republican and a Democrat issue. And we've got to be honest about that. The EEOC estimates that, I think this is a high number, that 1 in 4 women have experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. Regardless of what the number is, it's horrific, and we have to be serious about it, and we've got to step forward and meet this head on and deal with it, because it's a heart issue. But I do have to say that I wonder 20 years ago if Patty Murray and Dianne Feinstein and Susan Collins had stepped forward and challenged Bill Clinton, if we would be further down the road. Well, because I think this process will work its way out. At the end of this, we will be better.
Well, to go back to what you were just saying there, in the 90s, we were explicitly told that character doesn't matter. The people said, who cares if this guy...
It's just about sex,
who cares if this guy is a pig? It's just about sex. Everybody does it. What's changed then?
Well, I think that there's a reckoning, because we've ignored this, and because we've ignored the decay, it's been allowed to flourish. And it's a serious issue. As a mother of a 20-year-old, I think all of us have to recognize we want better for our children. We thought the days of Mad Men were over. Some of us knew better, but it's not, and it's real. And I want my $14 million taxes that were paid out for congressmen to get paid back. I'd like to see them explain to their wives what happened to the money in their paychecks when it's garnished back to the American people. We have to take this seriously.
That seems to be pure Mad Men, in fact, where it's recognized that that male members of Congress are entitled to let their wandering hands wander where they may, and then the taxpayers will pay for it. But let me ask you about the broader liberal scene. I mean, some of these guys seem to have figured out that actually being a liberal progressive is a great way to meet vulnerable chicks and hit on them. I mean, basically, Harvey Weinstein seems to use all those classy movies with Meryl Streep and Judi Dench as cover for hitting on the broads who come into his orbit. The same thing I think you can say about Charlie Rose at PBS. I mean, in a sense, are they factoring, is that part of the business model that's actually where you go to meet the kind of women you can prey on?
Well, I don't know why that they allowed Harvey Weinstein to be at the Women's March backstage with women that he had assaulted. I think that's absolutely outrageous. But we have to be honest that licentiousness cannot be ignored, whether it's in Hollywood, whether it's in journalism. And the next shoe to drop, mark my words, Mark, will be in the hallowed halls of academia. Oh yeah,
that's a whole world with all those college professors.
That is a ripe ground right there.
Penny, thanks for that. Nobody has been a bigger beneficiary of harassment hypocrisy than the Clinton dynasty.